Hi, good afternoon. This is Pastor Victor Nazario. I was thinking the other day about a tweet that I put out. It read, "You only reap what you sow. Your daily habits are the catalyst for what you now have or possess. Change your daily habits and you'll eventually have different results." This is a no-brainer. Talks about the law of sowing and reaping. In Genesis chapter 11, talks about the law of seed time and harvest. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will remain. In other words, the things that we sow, that we reap. In Galatians 6:7, it says, "What a man sows, that he also shall reap." And it's interesting because many people today talk about they deserve this, they deserve that, and they feel a sense of entitlement about things they should have, about things that people should give them. But in reality, we don't deserve anything that we don't sow for, what we don't prepare for, what we don't plan for, what we don't train for. We want a better job. We want the job to just fall on our lap. The truth of the matter is, jobs are not going to fall on your lap. You're only going to get the type of job that you really fight for, you work for, you train for. Many people look at wealthy folk and they say, wow, they're so lucky. Most wealthy folk today that have great jobs, great businesses, they struggled early on. They went to school, some took big loans, and some are still paying off these loans. And they went to schools, they got higher level education, they got master's degrees, they studied business. Some of them worked 2 and 3 jobs until they became quote unquote successful. But they first became successful on the inside. They recognized that they had to sow the adequate seed in order to get the corresponding harvest. If I want to be a doctor, I can't sit around all day watching TV and expect one day to get a license to practice. I have to go to school. I have to work and go to the emergency room and work 16 hours a day. It's just the way it is. And the beauty about the law of sowing and reaping is that what you sow is what you reap. In other words, if I actually sow, I will reap. So that's actually good news. That's wonderful. That means that God is guaranteeing me by the law of seed time and harvest, which exists here in this earth realm right now, that anybody that practices these principles will succeed. We sow correctly, adequately in time, we will reap. I want friends, let me be friendly. I have to go out there and seek out friends. If I want to learn about a specific job, then I have to go to the people that are advancing in that area and ask them questions. I remember years ago, I wanted to manage property. What I did was I went and I spoke to resident managers and building managers, and I asked them questions. How did you do that? What did you study? What do you have to know? What are the laws? What are the city requirements? So I learned. And many times we're stuck. We think, I want to do this, but I don't know what to do. And we're afraid to try anything. The truth of the matter is, you're not going to be able to get into that unless you break that fear and start asking the people. Start sowing the seeds. We have many seeds. We have time. God gives us a gift every day called time. We have talent. We have natural abilities that we can grow by study and preparation and practice. Time, talent, and treasure. We can invest our limited dollars in education. You read a book, you pay $15, $25 for it. That's a good investment, because now once it's in your head, it's in your mind, it becomes part of your worldview, it becomes part of your experience. And so it says, what a man sows, that he will reap. And the other point is that you need to know the type of seed you're going to sow. If the seeds that you're sowing are laziness and procrastination, what are you going to reap? You're going to reap poverty. But if you sow getting up early, go to school, prepare yourself, praying, seeking God, asking God for wisdom, reaching out to the people that know the specific industry you want to get into. And if it's ministry, hang around preachers, hang around pastors, ask questions. Questions are very important. All wise men and women know the power of a question. When you ask questions, you get answers. When you ask specific questions, you get specific answers. And in Luke 6:38 is another powerful principle. Give and it shall be given back to you. When we give, we initiate the season of sowing and reaping. So when I give training, when I give preparation, when I give myself to whatever project I need to do. If God put in my heart to do something special, when I give myself to that, that's when the law of seed time and harvest is going to take place. It's not going to happen before you give. It's going to happen once you start giving. So I could literally initiate my beginning season, that next season of influence, that next season of increase. God gives me the right to do that. What most people don't understand is when God created us on earth, he made us in his image and in his likeness. Then he said, you're in charge in this earth realm. And whenever God speaks a thing, that becomes law in the earth realm. So we're in charge. Our futures, our destinies, to a large extent, is our responsibility. Now, God is sovereign. We know that. We know he gives us a call. He gives us a ministry. He gives us a destiny and a future. But futures and destinies are always in their potential form. You have to sow into that. See, faith is not just something that I believe. Faith has actual legs to it. Faith has works. So today, I wanted to challenge you. Have you considered the law of seed time and harvest in your own life? What are you sowing? See, look at what you've reaped so far. If you don't like it, start sowing new seeds. Someone once said, if you don't like, or rather, when you create your bed, you have to lie in it. You know, once you create your bed, you have to lie in it. But my belief is, if I create my bed, I fix it, I prepare it, yet I don't like it, I have the ability to take off the sheets and start all over again. Or I can buy a whole new bed. See, we can begin again. And I might be speaking to somebody today. You might be stuck right now. But I'm letting you know by the word of God and by the law of seed time and harvest. Start sowing new seeds. Break away from the fear. Break away from those feelings, oh, I failed in the past. So begin again. You know, every great success has a lot of failures in the beginning. You know, you look at these people that are very successful, these businessmen. Some of them go bankrupt 2, 3, 4 times before they ever make it big. Michael Jordan, I mean, he's a phenomenon, right? Guess what? He missed more shots, more winning shots than most players. He just wasn't afraid to throw the ball again, to shoot it again. Babe Ruth is known as the Sultan of SWAT, right? He was also the strikeout king. Most people don't know that because they don't remember him for his strikeouts. They remember him for his home runs. So God bless you today, and consider, what have you been sowing? Have you been taking advantage of that wonderful, amazing law? God bless you.